Folks, hello. Welcome to the Evil Dungeon Master YouTube channel. I am your host, Evil Dungeon Master Vince, and today we're going to look at RPGA's Polyhedron magazine. When this started in 1981 from TSR for their RPGA headquarters for their network of tournaments, which they used to do a lot. I joined this in about 86, 87. A bunch of friends and I actually had a group. We would get together. We'd have dues and everything like that. But I joined it personally so I can get these myself because only the group master got these, but I wanted them. So I decided it was $12 a year. So I mean, I had a paper route for Penny Saver. I would do the Penny Saver things, and I would save up my money and get this once a year. But you would get it like this in a mailer, and this was the Polyhedron magazine. Let me just zoom out here. This was the magazine you would get. It would be coming in an edition like this with a Newszine. It's actually called Newszine, not a magazine. I apologize for that. They have their convention announcements here telling you about the various conventions, and you can rip this part off. I never did. I don't know why I didn't. And this is issue 36. So what you would get, and the whole thing I really liked about this, and this paper is, as you can hear, is not actually, it's like actual good paper that they put this on, not like thin paper. But one thing that was really great about these magazines is you got tournament modules. Other than, here's the thank you and the editor stuff, and then you have your advice stuff here from the letters from the editor with some write-in stuff you can ask, all that jazz. And then it would tell you a few things about a class or something in weapons and spells, but we're mostly here to see these things because this is what I really looked forward to was the modules that got in here, because we'd use them in our group, and you're supposed to report back on what things you were doing if you had a big enough group, but we never really did. At least I didn't. I know the group leader did something. We had about, I think it was 12 of us, and that was considered a guild. I don't know, it's in the back here. Oh, it was a fellowship, because when you join the RPGA, and depending on how many people you had, it would tell you what size your club was: fellowship, guild, conclave, assembly. And then it went further to say that you can be a college if you had so many people. But we only had enough to be in a fellowship. And like I said, we really didn't care about much. We just liked playing these tournament modules. And this was the conclusion of The Maiden Pain of Services by Robert J. Blake, Anita Frank, and Rex Zinn. An adventure for 6 to 10 level characters, 8 to 10. 6 to 10 characters, levels 8 to 10. 1987. These modules were really well detailed, like the modules you got back then. But I love the maps and just looking at these adventures and playing them out. And me and my buddy would take the pre-generated characters here, because they give you like 6 pre-generated characters here, and you can make up your own, or actually they give you more. And you can make up your own character if you were part of the RPGA and use those, but you were only allowed to use them at sanctioned events, I believe. I don't really remember, such a long time ago. But we used to take these characters and run through these adventures like nonstop to see what we can do, what we can get out of them, what character would survive, and we would take bets on things like that. We really didn't play it properly, but why not? They gave you some background on them too from Legends and Lore. It's actually it was a really neat newszine for its time. And for 87, this is good quality. And it was only $12 for the year for the membership, and you got this for free with it. So you were getting these every so often. It was one of the maps, the Great Tree. So I always enjoyed getting these things because of the maps and the adventure. It gave me ideas. I mean, you would get the stat blocks, and that's how we kind of figured out how to do stat blocks over time. Here's some more things about the encounter. And I can give you advice how to end the adventure. I mean, obviously, half the time it wouldn't work out because we were just a bunch of kids screwing around. But if you were someone serious running adventures for the RPGA, you would have more control of the adventures. We were just a bunch of little kids, so. And I remember just busting ass to get these things. And then the Living City was basically another type of city type module crawl that I believe what it is. It had your basic menu and your what's up here? Menu, and had your basic grocery stores and things like that. And then you'd have like an article about some type of culture for a race, which this was kind of like a Dragon magazine, but not as detailed and colorful as Dragon magazine. It was meant for the members of the RPGA, and you get it was just something special to get. Let's see, they talked about some monster races, and they talked about Oriental Adventures in this one. This is another one I especially why I got because it had Oriental Adventures in it. Here it is. Honor Comes Alive with Oriental Adventures. It was kind of like a review of it before it came out. New races, yeah, new character classes, new material, too much material. 32 pages, and you were getting them, I don't know, I think it was quarterly, once every quarter, I believe. I don't remember. I have a whole bunch of them on my shelf here that I forgot I completely had. It was in one of my boxes. And then you get the classifieds. These were people who were saying they wanted to start a club in a certain area. And you could contact them by writing to these people. And then people would just write in, Ohio, anyone interested in it? Play by PBMing. Play by mail. Oh, man, was that actually back then 87? So email was kind of around back in 87. So was that actually play by mail? Wow. DM desperately seeking PCs will play any game, but has a preference for TSR products. Please don't contact these people because they're probably not still in these addresses. The Ohio Gaming Association. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons players need to play in Pennsylvania on Friday nights and Saturday. So this was kind of like the bulletin board that would be at your comic book shop or your gaming shop. Because I remember when I went to my gaming shop, they always had that little board, the little chalkboard in the back. That had these things pinned to them, seeking this, seeking that, no noobs, no power gamers, anyone's welcome, things like that. And of course you got your RPGA Network club program to fill out if you had enough people. I don't recall ever seeing anyone having anything higher than maybe a guild when we went to events, but on Long Island, New York, there really wasn't too many RPGA gamers that I knew. Except for the ones that went to a little shop called Waterloo too. We went there. That was our major gaming shop. And then when they went out of business, everything moved to comic book stores instead. But I remember they had some working. I remember the comic book store that I went to had a working agreement with Waterloo that they would not sell gaming material because it wasn't fair to them. And I always found that interesting that shops back then cooperated with each other as opposed to trying to put each other out of business or trying to outdo one another like they do today, or some places do today. I just thought that was interesting. Yeah, they would say, yeah, we don't sell gaming stuff here. That's Waterloo too. They're the game. We have an agreement with them. They don't sell comics. We don't sell gaming material. Thought that was really interesting and really cool. Did you ever have this magazine? Let me know. Give me your thoughts about Polyhedron magazine in the comments. Maybe I'll go over some more of these in the future. With that said, I'm going to head out. Keep it original, keep it old school. Good night. And don't forget, no gaming, no. Ha! Got ya. No clickbait, no drama, all gaming here on the channel. Good night and God bless everybody.
Don't ever laugh as the hearse goes by, for you may be the next to die. They wrap you up in a big white sheet, from your head down to your feet.